the 4th, it's nice to see radar be nice and quiet here over Oklahoma. Looking across the nation, storm activity continues across North Dakota into Canada. We've seen a few storms develop along the Gulf Coast and finally diminishing in South Texas. And the rain continues across the Northeast for some folks from Boston to New York over towards Buffalo. For us today, we're going to have a dry start, but there is a little bit of fog out there. We're down to 7 miles of visibility out of 10 in Tulsa, down to 1 in Chandler, about 2 miles of visibility that is in Stigler, and down to 7 in Poto. Temperatures a little cool in some spots, 68 in Grove, 69 in Miami, 69 in Stigler, 75 in Tulsa, and 70 in Pawnee. Winds are thankfully light out of the northeast, and they'll stay around 5 to 10 miles per hour throughout our day. We're officially behind the cold front, meaning a slightly cooler and less humid day, but we are going to be legged forecast. We had Bethany sending this photo of Zelda, and look at this sweet face. Zelda moved all the way from Oklahoma over to Washington, and we definitely miss both Zelda and Bethany here in Oklahoma. Well, Bethany, if you're going to be taking Zelda out for a walk this morning, thankfully it's not too hot and humid yet. Temperatures should be in the upper 60s to low 70s, but by this afternoon we should see temps rebound to about 90 degrees. If you want your four-legged friend to end up on our graphic right here, use our chime-in feature. That's ktul.com/chime-in, or you could shoot me a message on Facebook. That's meteorologist Joy Bettenhausen. Okay, we know we dealt with strong to severe storms on the 4th, right? We had that thunderstorm complex that barreled through Osage, Washington, and portions of Tulsa County, and then eventually became just more of a rain threat as we moved east and southeast through the late evening hours on the 4th. Well, we're still under the influence of this low pressure trough when we look at our big picture of our weather pattern here. So that does mean an isolated storm chance is possible for some of our eastern and southern counties this afternoon through the early evening. This light green shade is just a general thunderstorm risk, although I think we'll stay dry here in the metro and areas north today. However, we do have a marginal risk, or level 1 out of 5, for southeastern LaFleur County. For any strong to severe storm, we could see mainly a damaging wind gust threat with winds at 60 to 70 miles per hour. Hail up to quarters cannot be ruled out, although I think that's going to be a bit more isolated. Not really concerned today with the tornado or flooding threat, and the timeline on this is 3 to 9 p.m., really during the heat of the day. Good news about this storm chance for mainly south of I-40 and in our eastern counties. Once the sun sets, we'll see those showers and storms dissipate through the rest of our evening. So let's time everything out for us. Dealing with a little bit of fog this morning, but overall that should dissipate through the morning hours. Most of us will be mostly sunny, although there will be a few clouds in the sky. And then by this afternoon, we'll be looking for storm development across our southern counties, mainly I-40 and south, and then potentially across some of our eastern counties as well. Not everyone will see rain today. And then after sunset, any shower storm that lingers will dissipate. We'll head into the overnight hours, mostly clear, dry. Hot start to the month of July. On the 1st, hitting a high temperature of 93, 94 for the 2nd and 3rd, and then on the 4th, 97. And if you remember, we had heat indices that were topping 112, if not higher in some spots. So I hope you're able to stay cool on the 4th. Now that cold front came through. We had that thunderstorm complex rolling on the evening of the 4th. So yesterday, high temperatures only made it to 89 degrees, and you definitely felt that difference in heat and humidity if you were out and about yesterday, although it was still quite humid and definitely still warm. 4 days above normal for the month of July so far, 1 day below normal. So where are we at now in terms of our weather pattern? Well, we had that cold front come through yesterday into this morning, so we're officially behind the front. We'll keep this light northeasterly wind today at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, ushering in slightly cooler, slightly drier air. I mean, it's still going to feel hot and humid. It's July in Oklahoma. We just know the full extent to where that heat and humidity can get, and I think we're going to keep that at least away for a couple of days. So high temperatures today should be around 90 with the heat index in the mid-90s. Notice the slow warm up though. By Wednesday, mid-90s, heat index returning to triple digits, and then by Thursday, we could make a run for 100 degrees for the high temperature. I have 99 for now. I could easily be bumped up to 100. heat index close to 110, likely some heat alerts issued for Thursday. And then there is the potential for some rainfall. Right now, we're still figuring out exactly location of where that rain will track. We know it's going to develop in Kansas, but how far south will it go into northeastern Oklahoma? And if that does, will that lead to cloud debris lingering? If that happens, temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s. If not, we're going to be warmer and more humid. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on as we get to the end of this week. Temperature outlook July 14th through the 20th. I mean, it's summer in Oklahoma, right? We expect to see above normal temperatures, and it looks like this trend will at least continue. Isolated chance of storms possible this afternoon, but the first half of the day will be dry and mostly sunny. So then we look to our southern and far eastern counties this afternoon and evening for a few pop-up showers and storms. There's an isolated severe chance where we could see strong wind gusts or heavy rainfall, but any shower or storm that lingers past sunset, warm one, but we're only looking at an isolated chance of storms mainly across our eastern and southeast